All right, so guys, basically, I just kind of want to go over some of the different traffic methods that are out there, and I want to rank them, in terms of ease of use. And the one thing that a lot of people, kind of look over that's the simplest way to build your list, it may not always be the most cost effective, is solo ads. And do you guys all understand what solo ads are and how they work and how to get them set up for your business? I know Jay does. Vic calls it the OPL method or other people's list. Uh, that makes me think back to real estate days where it was all about OPM, use other people's money. But it's basically the same thing. If you've ever been in one of those real estate deals or gone through real estate training, they teach you all about other people's money and all that stuff. Well, it's kind of the same thing when it comes to solo ads. And again, I think it's something that's really important for people to take a look at because it's a good way to build your list. And if you know that you've got, a decent offer, you want to test, some things without having to do a whole bunch of different work, it's definitely a good way to go. And, I mix up my traffic quite a bit. I do use solo ads, I do Facebook, and I also do banner ads myself as well. And of course, we've primarily been going over Facebook, a lot of things with, conversions, with, different things like that. And I just kind of want to walk you through things. When you're doing a solo ad, it works a lot different from if you're doing like a Facebook, like a targeted Facebook campaign. Because with Facebook, to get really, really good results, you need to be very specific in how you target your people. It's that old, if you're marketing to everyone, you're marketing to no one. That, and I honestly do believe that. You really got to get, down and targeted, know your avatar and things like that. And, most of that's related, that comes from the blogging world. You got to know your target market. You got to know how to speak to them and all of those things. And with Facebook ads in general, you need to know who your target market is and know what you need to say to them to get them to, opt into your list or to buy something from you. You got to know what they're looking for. And then you'll have the buyers that are right for you come to you that way. Does that make sense? Okay. Well, with solo ads, it's it's a little bit more, you're a little bit more generic. But with solo ads, most of these lists that are out there are people who are already in the network marketing, affiliate marketing, or make money online, uh, you know, niche, I guess you can say. They're kind of in that general sphere. They've already asked for the information, and it's people that they know that when they click on the link in the ad copy, that you're gonna, that they're gonna be asked for their information again, so they understand that. And I actually have a solo ad running as we speak, actually. It looks like it just started. Um, and I've got one running with a guy named James Starr, who's a good friend of mine, um, does solo ads for Michelangelo as well. So that's actually how I got introduced to him. But the the thing is, what most people don't really ever teach you about, solo ads, they'll tell you, like, if you've gone through the 15K formula, which I think everybody that's here has the 15K formula with Empower Network. If you've gone through the 15K and you've gone through Shakir's solo ads training, he teaches you it's more of a direct buy method rather than solo ads. Because instead of, trying to spend time and go and find website owners that are going to let you advertise on their site or, send a message to their list, not to mention the cost associated with that. I mean, I was talking with a guy the other day that wanted like $5,000 to mail his list. Um, and that's the thing, most people aren't in a position to, put that much capital out there. You know, I mean, yeah, the list was, I think the list was, 250,000 people or something like that. So, on a big scale, that's a really good deal, but most people aren't ready to do that. Most people are looking at, especially if you're getting started, being able to spend 50 or $60 or, 100 or $150 or, maybe at the most like $500. And I'm very particular about how I go about looking for solo ads. And I'm going to share my screen here real quick. Let me make sure I close some of these other tabs down real quick. Close that one. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you guys some of the solo ad services that I use, and I'll show you exactly what I look for. Right. And I have a whole list. Terms of use. Now, there are a whole bunch of different ways that you can look for solo ads. I would never recommend that you just go and search for solo ads, like a Google search. I remember when I first got started, I went with this service called $10 solo ads. And that should be the first sign of there being a problem. If somebody tells you they're going to send your message to a list of, 5 or 10,000 people every week, and it's only going to be $10, you're probably not going to get any results. On average, you should expect to spend somewhere between 40 and 80 cents a click. There are some top end providers that are more like $1 to $1.25 per click, which, I suppose is okay to spend that kind of money if you know that it's a really good result that you're going to get and you already have tested that capture page and you know that it converts. So that's the big thing. So let me get some of these open here real quick. I will show you some of the different ones that I look at, and I also have a piece of software as well. So let's share my screen. Alrighty. Alright. Did you say good old Craig? Do you know the person from $10 solo ads or something? Nice. There was another one. I can't even remember what it was, but it was like 50, I think it was $50 a month, and they sent they guaranteed a 10% open rate on a list of 10,000 people, and they would keep sending until you got a 10% open rate, which was just absolutely a joke. Um, but one of the best places that I've found to look at new solo ad providers is the Warrior Forum. And if you are not a member of the Warrior Forum, and it's just warriorforum.com, you most definitely should be a member. Um, I will tell you, when you start browsing the Warrior Forum, you need to go in there with a very specific intention. You have to know what it is already that you're looking for. If you're looking for a solo ad, or maybe if you're, looking for a piece of software, or you're looking for a mentor, or whatever it is, you should have something in mind because you can get distracted. Everybody posts all of their offers and things here, and that's the thing. So what I do when I go through and I look at solo ads, yeah, I look at, how, how the ad looks. Obviously, I want the ad to look professional because in most cases, most of these solo ad providers are going to write the ad copy for you. Okay. So you need to see and find people that, especially if you're new or you're just getting started, and you're not comfortable yet writing your own ad copy. This is another reason why solo ads are good. And what you want to do is, take the time to go through and actually take a look here. I mean, I always kind of look and see, what their opt-in rates are like, how many clicks they're sending to people, what these testimonials look like. And what I'll actually do with these testimonials is I'll actually go and I'll look up each one of these user IDs because it shows you who it was posted by. And I'll look up these user IDs and see if there's somebody who's been active on the Warrior Forum, and that also shows me that, they've got some weight behind their comments. And you'll get to know some of these names. Like, I've used this guy, Prashant, a few times before. I don't use him a whole lot. His clicks are, pretty decent, but you got to have a decent offer to send to him. He does write his own ad copy. Um, and the cool thing is, one thing that he'll do is he'll write the ad copy specific to your capture page, and then he will actually send you that swipe file that he sent out. If you want, he'll send it to you no charge. So then you can use it with other vendors if you got really good results. And I think that's awesome. That's one of the benefits that this guy has. The other thing that I always do, and this is something I don't ever buy from somebody that I haven't spoken to first. And I want to get them on Skype. I want to get them on Facebook, whatever it is. I want to find out about their list. And like, here, as I'm going through, I look and I can see, who's actually giving out good quality stuff. Like here, this guy, this was the main reason that I bought from him because I already knew James Starr, and I was like, okay, if James Starr gave him a good, um, a really good person, I think that that's awesome. I really think that that's, cool that, that you're getting somebody that's good quality, and it's somebody that has already recommended them. Um, and then I'll go through it, I'll look here, but if you look, let me scroll back up here a little bit. He has his, Facebook details and things like that. You can actually go to his website, like this will take you to his order page, and you can see what his, clicks look like cost wise. Like right now, he's offering his clicks for less than 50 cents a click, which is pretty good because, normally you're going to pay, like I said, 50 to 75 cents, sometimes a little bit more. But, he normally goes for 65 cents a click, and I've actually paid 65 cents a click from this guy. Um, so if you look, I mean, 500 clicks is $250. I mean, that's really not bad as far as that goes. And he goes all the way down to as few as 200 clicks. So you're still going to be, about $100. But, you can contact him on Skype. He gives you his email address and all of that stuff. So it's easy to contact him. So I'll always look at that they've got a professional looking page, that they've got different packages. Another guy, let me find this here. I haven't used him in a long while. That's the wrong tab. This is another one that I've used, a few times, Rockstar Solo Ads. And he does some really neat things with his packages. He's got his regular solo ads here, which, I mean, you're really not bad. 55 cents a click is what that works out to if you only order 100 clicks. And he gives you discounts based on volume. So you can get 1,000 clicks for $450. And I mean, I know people that sell 1,000 clicks for $900, $1,000, or even more in some cases. You've got funnel clicks, which, this is bulk clicks. And the cool thing is, this takes a little bit longer to get your clicks, but you're getting clicks from people who are already taking action in his follow up. So if somebody's already bought something from him, then he'll show your offer and let people click and opt into your page and then see your offer, which I think is pretty cool. So you've got somebody that may already have their credit card out and may have already bought something. I've bought packages like this, and I've bought buyers packages that are 3 times the price of what he charges. So again, it's another option. And just so you guys know, I will be giving you guys a resource list in the group of the different solo ad providers that I use. Um, one second here. So the cool thing is, you just send him the URL, and just like that, you can email him. And this one's a little bit different because he uses an assistant, and that's one of the reasons why I don't use him all the time. I prefer to deal directly with my solo ad provider, so it's somebody that I can talk to. Like I use a guy named Phil Springer quite a bit, and that guy can send me 1,000 clicks the next day if I want it. But, like this guy, we'll send out within a couple of days. Some solo ad providers, it's 7 to 10 days, just depending on, how much they're booked. And you want to get a good range of people to be able to buy solos from. I generally send out one or two solos a week, just depending on, what else I'm doing for advertising. And that way I know that I'm going to get a guaranteed number of clicks, and I know that my page is converted a certain number, so I'm constantly building my lists. And, I mean, right now I just crossed about 30, I think I just crossed 3,500 on my primary list. I've got some other smaller lists as well with other providers, but with my Aweber list, I'm about 3,500. And that's really all been in the last 4 or 5 months, guys. Just so you know, I've built it up to that point. But again, you can go through and you can see who these people are. Right here, he's got his Skype contact detail. You can contact him. You'll actually probably get his assistant. But again, it just gives you another option, and you've got different options of ways to send the solo ad. Another one is Zach Lee. Here's another one. Lots of reviews, and he's got video reviews, which are really good. I've actually seen people take regular reviews and Photoshop them, believe it or not. But with a video solo or a video testimonial, you can't really beat that. Um, but again, just kind of go through and see what he offers, things like that. And this one, let me go back up here. Hang on, let me scroll down and find the actual offer. So, frequently asked questions. And here's another thing, guys, for those of you that are in Empower Network, you need to specifically let the solo ad provider know what you are promoting behind your squeeze page. Because some of these guys will not promote multi-level marketing or network marketing companies. They will only promote products and things like that. So that's just how it goes. Some of these guys just plain old won't take, Empower Network or ILN or Mobi or any of these other programs that are out there. And again, this guy, only if you can provide a unique squeeze page, which we've talked about capture pages. I may go back into that again in the next couple of weeks, but I really want to get this out and show you guys some of the different things that you can do. But again, really simple. Shows you, I mean, this guy, for sales funnels clicks, you're $680, for 2,000. I mean, these prices aren't horrible. They're not great, but they're not horrible either. And again, you can see that, for top tier, which is USA, Canada, Great Britain, Australia, and New Zealand, they're considered the top tier countries. There's five of them. They're the top five countries, based on income per capita. And they're also the most primarily English speaking countries as well. So you get a lot less, crappy clicks and crappy leads of people that are from India and Russia and China. You do have to watch out for that. So, I mean, 75 cents a click for top tier only is actually really good. I mean, and you can get them 100 clicks for, 82 cents. So that's actually pretty good. And again, here's his regular clicks. They start at, 44 cents for 500 clicks and 55 cents for 100 clicks. So you guys can see the ranges and things like that. Another one is, let me find James Star here real quick. No, that's Phil Springer. Here's another one. Phil Springer is a guy that I use. And when you have somebody, who's a big name in network marketing like Mark Call, do a video testimonial for a solo ad provider, you know that the traffic is pretty good. I know this guy, Jolo Balsamo as well. Ella Clausen, she's somebody you guys may recognize from Empower Network. She's, a BIMmer. But again, I mean, I know some of these names. Abel Chua is another big name. Another one from Mark Call. But here's the cool thing about Phil. He just redid his site. So the nice thing is I could buy up to 2,000 clicks and have them delivered tomorrow. and that's it, 50 cents a click, which really isn't bad. If you go, his clicks are a little bit more on the expensive side. If you're ordering, especially the next day, you can get 100 clicks for $90, 250 clicks for 200. But again, he's got it all set up, and all you do is click on one of these. It knows what date, what time, and look at that. It was normally $1,000. Now you buy 2,000 clicks, and you're 50 cents a click. That's not bad, guys. And he will deliver them within 48 hours of sending that ad out. Like it will start tomorrow and it'll go out. I think that's pretty cool. And you can book weeks in advance. So if you wanted to book a solo ad a week or something like that, you could do that. And again, here's just the regular click button, that sort of thing. But you can see what kind of dates. Here's something else that I have set up with Phil. You can buy a guaranteed package where you're going to get a discount on the clicks, but he's going to always give you a little bit more. And this is where every month for the next 3 months you've got a subscription and you've got an ad that's going out. Like I had an ad go out today for 300 clicks for one of my offers, and he actually sent me 300 and I think I got like 390 something clicks actually. And there goes my dog barking at nothing. Um, but again, you'll find out whose traffic is good. And guys, I want you to know that with solo ads, I'm not telling you that this is going to be something where people are going to convert right there on the spot. You will have that happen occasionally, but you're working on building your list because there is value in your list. You know, on average, for every person in your list, you should make about $1 per month per person if you're working your list right. Offering them different things, not just spamming them with the same offer over and over and over again. I have no problem with sending out, 6 or 8 emails a day, but I want to make sure that I'm giving them value and that I'm also, offering them different things and giving them the option to purchase, all sorts of different things. Here's another one. If I bought 2,000 clicks a month guaranteed, I'd get it below 40, below 50 cents a click, which I think is pretty cool. You can contact him either email or Skype, and that's something that again, don't ever buy a solo ad from somebody for the first time until you've talked to them first, because they'll probably want to see what your capture page is. And a lot of these guys are nice enough to be like, hey, look, that capture page is shit, or, I think you could do better if you said this, or my list would respond better to this. Does that make sense? That's that's per month. So basically, you would pay, like the 9.25 now, and he would send it whenever, and then a month later he would send it again. So that's one cool thing that Phil does that I think he's the only person I've really seen that from. And then you've got somebody like James Starr, which is BizBoost Solos UOIS. I get this to open up here. And then you've got somebody like James Starr. Now, the thing with James Starr, he sends really, really good clicks, but here's the thing. You got to remember he on average already sends about 10,000 clicks a month for Michelangelo. Okay? And so that would tell me that his list has seen the Empower Network offer quite a few times. So I always ask him, when was the last time he sent for Empower Network? When was the last time he sent for Michelangelo? That's something that I always ask whenever this page decides to open. It's running kind of slow for some reason. Let me see if I can't find another one here real quick. Another one is somebody like Igor. You know, I like Igor because he offers some special things for newbies, but his prices are a little bit high. Like he offers, if this is your first time buying a solo ad, he gives you this option to buy this little course, or I think he might even give it to you. How to buy solo ads, basically. But if you know what to do, you basically go to his page. I mean, in here, for 1,000 clicks, he's still 70 cents, almost 70 cents a click. Um, and that's the thing. Clicks will be delivered 500 at a time, 7 days apart, or 1,000 clicks in one send. And you can provide multiple URLs if you want to. And again, 500 clicks, you're 375, 300 clicks for 245, and he goes all the way down to 100 clicks, and you're paying almost $1 a click. So the thing is, what I will tell you guys, depending on what your budgets look like for advertising, and I know everybody's got a different idea of what they should be spending. And say, for example, you can afford, $5 or $10 a day. What I would do if you want to run a solo ad and you're not really ready to start pushing the envelope with Facebook, what I would do is I would save that for a week or 2 weeks and buy a solo ad, and then you've got a few more weeks, and then you can run another solo ad. So if you're at a point where your budget is small, just save the money, put it someplace where you're not going to touch it, save the money and buy as you can, you know, and just know that you're building a list knowing that you're going to get results as long as you take care of that list. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me so far in regards to solo ads? Anybody? Okay, so that depends on the solo ad provider. Most of the solo ad providers that you're going to find on the Warrior Forum or different places like that, um, they're going to write the ad copy for you. They're going to take a look at your capture page, and then they're going to look at, and then they'll write the ad copy based on your capture page. And I send them to a capture page. Um, I have, and I never really had good results from powered clicks, to be honest. That's actually who the Prosperity team buys some of their traffic from. So I've never really had great results from there. I mean, but you've got powered clicks, you've got CPC brokers is another one. Um, and I just never really had much luck with those guys, to be honest, Jay, any one of them. And I've run ads with all of them, just not really good quality stuff so far, at least not that I had. I know back in the day, CPC brokers was really good, but they've kind of fallen off in my opinion, anyways. Um, but let's see something here. I want to see if I can bring this up live and see what we have rolling. All right. Hmm. Oh, that's weird. Sent a few clicks, but not many of them. 239. Let's see something. Hang on one second, guys. Alrighty. So I will give you an example of some of what I'm running right now. Right. I've never, with like SafeSwap, um, with the actual SafeSwap website, there's a lot of those guys on there that won't send for Empower Network. So that's the primary reason I've never really used them. Generally, if somebody's smart enough to be on the Warrior Forum and have a really good ad, generally they're going to be of a better quality. And most of your like safe swaps or safe lists, things like that, I just never really had a lot of results out of them. Like I had one that I think it was, there was, they sent your stuff out to a bunch of these lists, but at the same time, you got like 1,000 emails a day from these people. And all it was people that were on all of their lists and that were also getting the same 1,000 emails a day were, getting 1,000 emails a day as well. And it just, nobody looked at it. I put it in my spam folder and eventually I just unsubscribed to all of their lists because it was something like Mega List or something like that. It was a safe list that I was on. And it was just horrible, horrible. Um, yeah, yeah, solo ads from safe swaps. Um, and again, with safe swaps, it just depends on the provider, but again, you want to go through and find out who's actually getting good results and things like that. I will tell you, if you find a solo ad provider that tells you that they will guarantee you a number of leads, it's bullshit. Stay away from that. If they say, oh, I'm going to send you, like I looked at one just for shits and giggles the other day. I looked at one that was $50 and they said they're giving me 1,500 clicks and 500 opt-ins, right? $50. So, okay, let's check it out. It's $50. What do I care? Um, so, I put it out there and I got the 1,500 clicks, but I tell you what, the opt-ins, I had to go through and delete 3 days worth of opt-ins just because it was absolute junk. I know how to look at an IP address and know where it came from, and like I was getting, uh, yeah, I was getting clicks and opt-ins from countries that I can't even pronounce, let alone that they could probably actually read English. It just would baffle me, absolutely baffle me. So I got rid of it. I have never had any luck with those. So if you see something like that, where it's $100 for 100 leads or something like that, stay away and tell all of your people to stay away. Find people that are reputable. Make sure you can actually talk to them before you buy a solo ad. And that's the best way to make your money safe. And that's exactly it, Jay. I mean, read the reviews, look at the people you know. I make sure that I talk to them, and I always test first between 100, you're right, 100 and 500 clicks, depending on the pricing. Um, so that's the thing. It's all about how much traffic do you want to send. You want to test small, and then if you find that somebody's, that your people, their people responded really good to your offer, yeah, go and buy 1,000 or a 2,000 click solo ad. I'll show you guys another one here real quick, that might make you feel a little bit crazy, but it's somebody that I've done business with before. Are you guys familiar with Shakir Hussein, who happens to be a $1 million earner with Empower Network? Okay. So he runs a solo ad agency as well. Um, Hang on a second here. Jump back here. Wow, Joy. No, okay. Well, Shakir is a $1 million earner with Empower Network. He is also a top earner with several other companies, and he does several, I mean, he does very, very well for himself. He runs a solo ad agency. And here's the thing, guys. These are like his smallest packages, are $1,000 and you're only getting 835 clicks out of that. You actually have to buy $12,000 worth of clicks to get it below a dollar. But the one thing that they do, one reason why his service is worth the price, and And here's the thing. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, you're paying more per click. You could probably get twice the clicks someplace else. But if somebody's just getting started and they really want to make something happen, you know, you get a strategy session with one of his hand-picked people. Like I've talked to his, his second in charge a few weeks back. You get access to a traffic specialist. Like if you're getting traffic and you're like, shit, this, is it going well? You could be like, hey, get on Skype and be like, hey, what's up with this traffic? Or, there's something going on here. How can I make this better? They will help you. They can do a full done for you service where they build the capture page, they write the ad copy, they give you a list of follow up emails for your specific opportunity, and all of those things are included in that pricing. So does that make sense that his service would be a lot more expensive? Okay. So, I wanted to make sure you guys understood that. I'm definitely not bashing Shakir or his traffic, okay? Because obviously the guy does very, very good for himself, to the tune of several million dollars a year between different companies. But, but that's the thing. It's, you know, you're gonna get what you pay for in the long run. Yes, there are people who will send you good quality clicks in that, 45 to, 80 cent range. But at the same time, it's okay to pay a dollar something a click if somebody's helping you with the capture page, helping you with follow-up series and things like that. Scroll up. What's that? What did you want to see? Oh, scroll up. You want to see the bottom. Okay. Yeah. Want to say it? Oh, this one. The bottom of his charges. Okay, so like this one here. So yeah, I mean, this just shows you, I mean, he goes from 1,050 to $12,000. But I also have a link, which, if I wanted to, because I'm on an email list, they do offer some smaller clicks or click packages. Um, but you have to get to this page, you have to have spoken to one of their people first, just so you know. And you can just go, it's just soloagency.com. Again, I don't make a dime for promoting him, but I know that his traffic is good. And you can put in your email address, and they will actually call you. They'll call you on Skype, or you can set an appointment for them to call you on the phone, which I think is pretty cool. So they do offer some smaller ones, but you don't get any of that extra stuff with the really small packages. It's basically just them sending the traffic, and that's that. You don't get the squeeze pages or the follow-up series or any of that stuff. So just so you know, that's how that works. There was one other one that I just tested that I did really, really well with, and I want to show you guys this really quick. Let me find marketing solo favorites. Yeah, Igor and Delina. So this is another one. These guys were actually pretty good, and they offer a really neat service. And I'll show you guys real quick my page. So, so this is the page that I'm using, but I wanted to show you guys the stats. Leave this page. Wait, was that the one that I had their clicks into? Yeah, it's this one. Analytics. So, pick a date. Last 7 days. And I think that was, yeah. So, conversion rate. So this was the day that I ran my ad with them, and I didn't run any other traffic. So this is a very basic page. I had never run, really any other traffic to it. Um, but it still converted really, really well for the first time I ever, ran an ad to a page. And the cool thing is they take a little bit longer to send. Most of the time it's like, your first one, they normally get you within 3 to 5 days, and then it's about 10 days. But the cool thing is at 60 cents a click, I think is what their prices are. Where'd it go? Oh, that's the thank you for your purchase. Uh, Hang on a second here. Here we go. So they book out their bigger packages a good way in advance, but you can see that their, prices really aren't too bad. You're getting 100 clicks for 60 cents a click, 200 clicks for 115 bucks. And they'll schedule you right away. You actually message them on, like I messaged the guy on Facebook, and it wasn't even 10 minutes, and he messaged me back, which I thought was really, really cool. But again, they're always getting new leads, things like that. They do the ad copy if you want. They will give you a capture page. They will take a look at your entire sales funnel and, say, hey, this is what we would recommend, or hey, what about doing this? And that's the thing, you've got people who are in the make money online industry. Um, so you get some different options here, guys. And again, they say that 70% of their traffic comes from top tier countries, which you always want to ask the solo ad provider that question. How much of your list is top tier? And is there a way for you to verify that if they don't show it or they don't state it somewhere in the ad? Um, what else did I want to cover here? Oh, yeah, they'll write the ad copy for you as well. So again, I will get you guys all of these as far as the links. And again, none of these people have an affiliate program or anything like that. I'll just be sending you guys direct because they're resources that I use. And I think people need to be referred to people that they can trust. Does that make sense? And I hope you guys know that about me by now. Alrighty. So that one's 48%. But I mean, you guys can see I run a lot of different capture pages. I mean, I've got all sorts of them here, and I've had pages that, haven't done very well. I mean, this thing bombed. Yeah, I'll be putting the list up in the Easy Tech Guy Facebook Mastery fan page, or not fan page, but uh, the group page. But, guys, I mean, I just want you guys to see this. I've had pages that have absolutely bombed. I mean, a 14% opt-in on 83 clicks is bad. This one didn't do too bad. 300 clicks, 119 opt-ins, 36%. And, I mean, I have one there that's 44%, one that's 23%. So, and like this one here, this is 52%. Now I want you guys to see something. This actually isn't even a capture page. This is my pre-frame page. So the way I set everything up, let me pause the video before it starts. I didn't do a super professional video. It's me right here in my office where I'm talking to you right now. And I just did a quick, this is a 7-minute video. And I just talked to people. Hey, this is what I'm about. This is, how I can help you. I wanted people to know me. So after they opt in, they go to this video, which I call a pre-frame, or most people call a pre-frame, or a squeeze page, or however you want to look at it, sandwich page. And then from there, I send them to the Empower Network sales video. That's how I operate everything. Capture page, me, Empower Network, boom. And yeah, sandwich video, however you want to look at it, This is the meat in the sandwich. This is the meat, and Power Network's the cheese. Or maybe it's the other way around. I'm the cheese and Power Network's the meat. Ah, goodness. So yeah, I mean, that's the most simple way to set up a decent sales funnel. If you're not comfortable doing video or anything like that, you can just forward them directly to Empower Network. Um, I'm just trying to think here. And sometimes, even if you're great at video, sometimes for some traffic, you're better off just sending them directly to the Empower Network sales video. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes if you're good at video, maybe you're not in the right frame of mind when you recorded the video. Sometimes you can turn people away. I know I've done it. I've had pages that don't convert, but right now, this is converting half of the people that watch this video qualify themselves by going to the next video. So I think that's actually a pretty good rate because if they don't like me or they don't, trust me, they don't whatever, they don't like what I have to say, I wouldn't want them to see the Empower Network video anyways because they're probably not going to relate to me if and when they sign up. Does that make sense? So this is just another step to kind of qualify people. And even though I preach all the time about taking roadblocks out of the way of your buyer, this for me is something that's important because I want to brand myself. I want people to know who I am, and then they can know what company I'm with. Yeah, and the other thing is I don't talk about blogging. Okay. Um, Number one, because I'm not a good blogger, and I just plain old don't blog. I've chosen to go the route of driving traffic. I'm not worried about a blog. I'm not worried about SEO. I'm not worried about any of that stuff. I want to know how to drive traffic so I get the most amount of people to my pages at the lowest cost with the least effort. Does that make sense? And technically, they don't even really talk a lot about blogging in the new sales video either. Yes. And I will be the first, if no other leader in a power network will tell you this, blogging is not the only way. Yes, if you're just getting started and you don't have any money at all, if you could just get in and start writing and, save up the money to be able to do SEO and all that stuff, great, go that route. But I would rather be in a position of a Vic or a Shakir. If you listen to those Shakir videos inside the 15K formula, he flat out says blog, what blog? Like literally says it in the middle of the video. What blog? Vic will tell you the same thing. I don't blog, I drive traffic. He puts videos up on his blog every once in a while. He's got a pretty, serious YouTube channel, but at the same time, he's not concerned about that. That's not his thing. You know, how can I get traffic? And that's the main reason why Empower Network made the move to go in with a product like the internet traffic formula. Well, it's not so much that blogging's overrated. But the thing is, you can type in just about anything into a web browser, and you're going to find 10,000 blogs on a single subject. And Google continues to change their algorithm all the time. I think the current count is in the last 12 months, they've changed it like 42 times, not including the major updates. So why would I want to always be chasing that when I could rather always be closing? ABC, always be closing. Hopefully, you guys at some point have seen the movie Glengarry Glen Ross, and I'm not the only one who has seen that movie. Oh God, I just had like that whole scene just run through my head. Leads, leads are for closers. The good leads are for closers. Oh shit. Oh man. Tell you what, I watched that one time and my mom actually walked in while I was watching that. Yeah, coffee is for closers. That's right. But doesn't he also say at some point that the good leads? I can't remember. Goodness, yeah. But my mom walked in, and I'm telling you, I I watched her turn from, my mom's not the, tannest person in the world, change from, not tan at all to bright red before she turned and told me to turn the effing TV off. Glengarry Glen Ross. Uh, uh, yeah. And I'm pretty sure you can find that scene on YouTube. All you need to know about that entire movie is that one scene with Alec Baldwin. That one scene, just that's the entire movie. Just a synopsis. The whole movie is right there. You don't even have to watch any of the rest of it. And it's a good movie, don't get me wrong. Little kind of a weird ending, but good movie. Or what's the other one? Is it Cars? Um, man, there was another one about car salesmen that, oh man, I tell you what. But the thing is, guys, what it really comes down to is, you know, I I want to be able to show you guys as many strategies as I can, hoping or expecting that you will find something that resonates very well for you. Some people may not be built to do Facebook ads. Some people, solo ads may not be exciting enough for them. Some people need to do something like blogging because they enjoy it. There's different ways to get traffic, but what I can tell you is if you get one mastered, one that you're really, really good at, then you're set and you can start testing on how to do other things. For me, my primary thing was Facebook, and I could do Facebook ads on demand right now. When I have the budget and that's what I want to do, that's where I go. When I have other things going on and I don't have time to run my own Facebook traffic, I buy solo ads. And there's times where even when I'm running Facebook traffic, if I want to test something real quick, I'll be, hey, ask my buddy James or ask Phil, hey, run an ad for me tomorrow or in the next couple of days. Here's the URL, here's the payment. So, nice. All right. So, I'm just trying to think if there is anything else. Hmm. Hey, wait a second. Let me see something here. Hang on a second here. Give me a second. And, oh, that was weird. Let me see if I can get. Hang on a second and let's play it for the group if nobody has seen it. Let's see if it'll let this play.
Oh, have I got your attention now? Good. Because we're adding a little something to this month's sales contest. As you all know, first prize is a Cadillac Eldorado. Anybody want to see second prize? Second prize, a set of steak knives. Third prize is you're fired. You get the picture? You laughing now? You got leads. Mitch and Murray paid good money. Get their names to sell them. You can't close the leads you're given. You can't close shit. You are shit. Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it, because you are going out.
The leads are weak.
The leads are weak. The fucking leads are weak. You're weak. I've been in this business 15 years.
What's your name?
Fuck you! That's my name. You know why, mister? Because you drove a Hyundai to get here tonight. I drove an $80,000 BMW. That's my name. And your name is you're wanting. And you can't play in the man's game. You can't close them. Then go home and tell your wife your troubles. Because only one thing counts in this life. Get them to sign on the line which is dotted. You hear me, you fucking faggots? A, B, C. A, always, B, B, C, closing. Always be closing. Always be closing. AIDA, attention, interest, decision, action. Attention, do I have your attention? Interest, are you interested? I know you are, because it's fuck or walk. You close or you hit the bricks. Decision, have you made your decision for Christ? And action. AIDA, get out there. You got the prospects coming in. You think they came in to get out of the rain? A guy don't walk on the lot lest he wants to buy. They're sitting out there waiting to give you their money. Are you going to take it? Are you man enough to take it? Incredible.
What's the problem, pal? You, Moss. You're such a hero. You're so rich. How come you're coming down here and waste your time with such a bunch of bums?
You see this watch? You see this watch?
Yeah.
That watch costs more than your car. I made $970,000 last year. How much you make? You see, pal, that's who I am, and you're nothing. Nice guy? I don't give a shit. Good father? Fuck you. Go home and play with your kids. You want to work here? Close. You think this is abuse? You think this is abuse, you cocksucker? You can't take this. How can you take the abuse you get on a sit? You don't like it? Leave. I can go out there tonight. The materials you got make myself $15,000. Tonight, in 2 hours, can you? Can you? Go and do likewise. AIDA. Get mad, you son of a bitches. Get mad. You know what it takes to sell real estate? It takes brass balls to sell real estate. Go and do likewise, gents. The money's out there. You pick it up, it's yours. You don't, I got no...
Okay, maybe a little over dramatic. But there are some small bits of truth in there, right? Take action. You know, you guys have everything in front of you that you need to go out and get leads and get the sales that you want. And you have other people around you who are willing to jump in and help and talk about things. I know that anytime you guys want, you can message me, you can message the other people in this group. Hey, what do you think about this page? Hey, everybody that's here is willing to help each other just like I'm willing to help everybody that's here. Okay? Now, please don't call me Alec. Goodness. But the thing is, guys, you guys have everything that you need to go out there and really succeed. All it takes is crossing that line and actually do it. That's it. One of the simplest ways, and I showed you guys a lot of it tonight, is solo ads. If you have questions, if you find a provider and you wonder what they're like or want me to take a look at them, let me know. That's what I'm here for, guys. Okay? But they're out there. You just got to jump in and, be okay with swimming with the sharks.